I'm here with Nick Frost, of course, the star of Cuban Fury. And when you see Cuban Fury, you don't see a picture of Nick Frost next to you. That's not the description that people would imagine,
Welsh
right?
Fury, maybe.
Welsh Fury.
That would be
Exactly.
my picture.
Well, I gotta say, first off, after watching that movie, it made me want to go salsa dancing.
Good.
My wife is Latina.
Yeah.
She's Dominican. She loves the salsa music. And she was like, come on, after this movie, let's go salsa dancing. So
Did she go and see it too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And so now, look, you've inspired. Now I have to get in shape again and get going, just like the character in the movie.
I think after this film comes out, I could probably run for mayor of Miami.
Oh, I think you can.
I think I could probably do that.
I mean, the outfit alone. I mean, getting sparkly like that. I don't think you have it. Do you have anything in your wardrobe like that, Nick?
I have that shirt. I kept it.
You kept it?
I kept that and the shoes. The lovely snakeskin boots that he gives me.
Now,
So yeah, I mean, sometimes when my wife is out, I creep upstairs and put it on.
oh my gosh, that's and what is it about those shirts and salsa music that you learned? Like, I mean, does it help you move?
Well, I think there's a certain weight to a heavy silk shirt,
Right.
which it moves independently of the body, and I think makes it look more elongated and
I see.
and swayy.
And then when you shave the chest hair,
Big
it makes
mistake.
you more aerodynamic, correct?
Yeah, and I need to be more aerodynamic. Yeah, that was. If you watch the film, if you ever watch the film again, you'll see for the first half that all my top buttons are done up.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's because we shot it out of
Out
sync.
of sequence.
So I'd
you
already
had your
shaved my
there.
hair at that point.
Yeah.
Which was kind of.
Well, let's talk
annoying.
about this film because it's. I mean, it's hilarious from the beginning to
you.
end, and it really is. You don't. There's a lot of surprises, if you will.
Right.
Because you don't expect. No offense or anything, for a guy like you of your size to be moving so smooth, and I
Yeah.
gotta say you're pretty suave.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's. I trained a lot. I trained for 7 months, like
7 months.
hours a day, every day, to do this. And yeah, I mean that's the kind of point of this film, I guess. It's about a man who was a champion at one point and lost it and lost the will to do it. And it's now when he meets this little firecracker Rashida Jones that he decides to pick himself up and to start his life again, And it was never, it was never about the fact that he was a big lump doing it.
Yeah.
I think what I've learned a lot about salsa music and Latino culture, but part of it is it does not matter what you look like. It's about your enjoyment and if you're a good dancer.
Yeah. Well, talk about the dancing. I mean, you said you prepared 7 months for this.
Yeah. What an idiot.
Wow. How did you feel? I mean, were you dropping pounds too in the middle of it,
Well,
or did you not want to? You didn't want to drop too much.
No,
right?
not at all. I mean, I
Yeah.
think I lost about 2.5 stone, but then I spent like 90 minutes every morning just lifting weights. So what I lost in something, I then put on in muscle.
In muscle,
So,
right.
and it was kind of nice because it was. Someone would kind of give me a lovely protein shake at 9 a.m. and then I could eat like an 80-ounce T-bone at dawn.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
nice.
I felt like an athlete, you know what I mean?
Right, and so this movie with this cast. I mean, Chris O'Dowd was hilarious playing your arch nemesis.
And
there.
evil.
Yeah,
Just horrible,
And I love just how there's the dance, seeing him move and you battling
Yeah.
together. That sequence right there.
Well, he has that beautiful high kick that he does.
He does,
and
yeah.
he clears me. So
He does.
he gets that leg up 5'8".
Now,
Clear, it's kind of amazing.
Now, when you guys were doing that whole sequence, did anyone get hurt or slip or any flubs or whatnot?
I hurt myself lifting him over my head. There was kind of a little mistake, and I ended up kind of pulling all the muscles in my neck.
But there's no stunt doubles in any of this.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
there is in that
there's
sequence.
some stuff in the.
There was, all right.
But we
Yeah.
had to have that stunt double because I hurt my neck, so I couldn't
Oh,
do
I
those
see.
things that
Okay.
we actually trained to do. I couldn't then do them because I'd hurt myself. So, yeah, we had a few. I mean, I think there's probably 98% of the dancing is me, and the rest is kind of wire work and stunt doubles and some foot replacement.
Now let's talk about like, the inspiration with this. I mean, you kind of came up with this idea and then
Yeah.
kind of ran with it, and how much?
I think my inspiration was about the story about a plain man with a big heart who falls in love with a girl
Yeah.
and wins her over with his passion, essentially. And in this, it's passion for dance, but it could easily be passion for cooking or architecture or motorcycles, or, you know, it was about, if you're passionate about something, then it's a very attractive quality, and it doesn't matter what you look like, you know, physically, that it is still attractive. You can still be attractive, you know.
Yeah. Let's talk about also the, you know, some of the things you've worked on in the past, you know, and some things you're working on now. I mean, you've done a lot of voiceover as well, right?
Yeah.
Ice Age.
Box Trolls and Ice Age, and
yeah.
they're a lot of fun, you know.
How would you compare doing voiceovers? How difficult is that, or maybe not so difficult, versus something like this where it's physically demanding and acting at the same time?
Well, for this,
yeah.
I did 7 months training, 7 hours a day. For Ice Age, I was in a booth for 2 hours.
So what's worse? By yourself, talking, or
this?
really?
Yeah.
What's up? I've talked to
I'd
some.
rather be sitting around eating a wedding cake than doing this for 7 hours a day.
It is a lot of fun though, and the salsa music now that this, you know, that you're promoting this film and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, would you go to a salsa club, let's say in Miami, and say, you know what, I've learned some moves, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
It's hardcore over
I
there.
shot this before World's End, so in terms of specific moves, then, you know, they're kind of gone. But you know, just that kind of Latino fire in my corazón, my heart, it will never be extinguished. So yeah, I'm kind of keen to go out and, you know, it's not all about who has the most vivid feathers. You know, sometimes it's just enough to grab a lady and just to kind of have a little slow kizomba, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, as we close it out real quick here, let's talk about maybe the difference in maybe American comedy and British comedy.
Couldn't tell you.
I mean, it is it night
More
and day?
adverts.
Yeah. But we get a lot of good things from you folks, the Brits out there across the way.
I think it's a very fertile time for both comedies, and it's a time where, thanks to the internet and the fact that we're kind of the same, you know, the same people, it's only the cultural specifics that change. There's a lot of cross-pollination, and, you know, there's a lot more American comics coming to Britain and us being here, and it kind of works now. You know, there's a kind of hands across the ocean thing, and I think it's very good for comedy. I think it means that people up their game, and they know that they're being chased. And that, you know, on YouTube, you can go on YouTube now and you can find 18-year-old kids making great
It's a new
skits
generation
and
of
comedy,
that,
and that as a form is as valid as getting a you know, doing a pilot or getting a series, or, you know, that's where it's starting now. It's not about, you know, men who smoke a lot being angry in a comedy club because they're not getting the chance they deserve. You know, you have the chance to make your own fortune now with the internet.
Exactly. It's opened up a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your time, Nick.
A pleasure.
What a fantastic film. Cuban Fury. It's inspired me, and I'm sure a lot of other folks out there, to go salsa dancing. And if you could do it, anybody could do it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on thehype.tv for CBSSF.com.
Bang. Nice.